Hello students, today we will learn how to solve your economics and personal finance assignment. This assignment is very important because of course it is going to be counted in your final grades as well as it is your first real step into personal finance. If you complete it carefully, you will understand how to plan your goals and secure your financial future. So let's start. Now before start, let me share two important rules or instruction for the assignment. The first instruction is about copying assignment. I know you are busy with your internship work and you get very less time for your regular studies, but I suggest you, I appeal you to do this assignment on your own. If your assignment looks like same as someone else, both of you will lose marks. For example, if you score 20 out of 25, it will be reduced to 10 for both of you. This is very first and important rule. I also mention it on the instruction sheet. Then the second instruction is use real data. For example, if you are selecting a mutual fund or an insurance policy, choose one that actually exists in the market. Check official websites for correct returns, premiums and interest rate. Do not guess or write imaginary numbers. This is very important. So whatever you are mentioning should exist in the market. So with this, let's start with the assignment. The assignment is in form of Excel sheet. I am going to upload this Excel sheet in the Google Classroom. You have to download it. You have to complete the assignment by entering the values in the Excel sheet, and you have to again upload it on the Google Classroom. Upload only Excel sheet. Don't upload the assignment in PDF format. So your final assignment should be in Excel format only. So this is the instruction sheet. The second sheet is about rubrics. This sheet will tell you how I am going to assess your assignment, how your work will be graded based on goal clarity, budgeting, investment, risk management and oral presentation. So before solving this assignment, I would suggest you to go through these rubrics so you will understand how the assignment is going to be graded. So the first sheet in this workbook is about the budget. Here you have to assume that your income is 80,000. It is given in the sheet. You cannot modify that. Then what you have to modify? You have to list all your expenses, like I have mentioned here, such as rent, mortgage 1,000, petrol 5,000, maybe OTT subscription you are spending. Here it's not working, but here you can mention that my OTT subscription is let's say 9,000, 10,000. So whatever you have to enter it over here, and your expenses will be calculated automatically in this sheet over here. Your Excel expenses will be automatically updated. The total of the expenses will be reflected over here, and the difference between your total monthly income or your total expenses would be your saving potential. So if your expenses are 20,000 per month and your income is 80,000 per month, your potential for saving is 60,000. Here you have to assume that your salary is 80,000. You cannot change that. This is about budgeting. The next sheet is about emergency fund. Here the sheet will show you how much money you should keep aside for emergencies. Normally this should be at least 6 months of your expenses. Enter your monthly expenses and the sheet will calculate how much you need to save every month to build this fund. So this you will automatically get here. I have the value which you have mentioned in the budget sheet will be automatically reflected over here. Emergency funds based on this value will be automatically calculated. If you have some current savings with you, that you have to mention. Normally it should be 0 for the students like you, because you don't have current savings of your own. You might have accumulated some corpus from your internship that you can mention over here if you have. Otherwise it will calculate the actual emergency fund required. The difference between these two will be your actual emergency fund required. Then you have to mention the time duration to achieve goal in years. Normally this should be not more than 1 year, and you have to mention the mode of achieving this goal, means how you are going to generate your emergency fund. And here you have to mention how much monthly investment that you need to allocate for generating emergency fund. So this is about emergency fund. The next sheet is about financial goals. This is again very important sheet. Here you have to mention all your life goals. Here I have mentioned some life goals like house, car, second home, retirement planning, child education, getting higher position in organization. Here the goal could be both financial and non-financial. Then you have to segregate between non-financial and financial goals, like the getting higher position in organization cannot be a financial goal. A goal to which a financial cost is associated is called as financial goal. So here I am listing the financial goals. Now you have to categorize, you have to tag each goal as need or desire. So higher education is a need, retirement planning is a need, car could be a desire. For some people car could be a need. Buying second house is of course going to be, should be desire. Foreign trip should be desire. Okay, here could be, let's say your financial goal is to support parents, that could be your need or that could be your desired, depending upon the financial condition of your parents. In the next step, I have shown arrows over here. You have to follow these arrows. Categorize goals as immediate, short term, mid term and long term goals. So here your short term goals will be 1 to 3 years, medium term goals will be 4 to 6 years and long term goal will be 7 to 10 years. So here you have to plan only for next 10 years. This sheet is going to be changed after every year as you grow, your income grows, your financial position changes. Once you get married, one more income source get added in your income. So thus you can change your goals, keep on changing. Okay, so you have to, this is not a one time activity, this activity need to be revisited at least once per year. Now once you have decided the long term goal, medium term goal and short term goal, you have to give the priority to the goal. In short term goal, if you have 3 goals, then how you are going to prioritize these goals. So what is goal number 1, what is goal number 2, what is goal number 3, same for the medium term and same for the long term goal. So if you have let's say 5 or 6 short term goals, then you can allocate or you can prioritize the goals, so you can allocate funds to these goals. Next, you have to find cost of each goal today. So you have to find out the cost of each goal today. So these are my financial goals, this is my need. Of course you should not, as long as possible, or you should not allocate the funds to the desire. First fulfill all your needs and then you can allocate funds to the desire. If some funds are remaining, the priority should be given to the need. If the goal is not fitting in your current income, please keep it aside for later. So for each goal, write the today's cost. For example, if the car cost 5 lakhs, write 5 lakhs. But remember, usually you only save for down payment, not for the entire cost. So if you want to buy a house after 5 years, you don't have to generate like 1.2 crore or 1.5 crore. You have to generate only the down payment required. Like for the car also, if your car cost like 10 lakh rupees, then you need not generate 10 lakh rupees in 2 or 3 years. You can generate the down payment required and remaining you can avail through loan. So here you have to write down the down payment cost. Next you have to write down The inflation adjusted cost. In the last column, write down the inflation adjusted cost. Assume the inflation at 6%. Use the future value formula that you can find here and find out the inflation cost in future. So if you want to achieve your goal in next 5 years, what is the cost of today's 5 lakh would cost 6.7 lakhs after 5 years. Today's 30,000 is going to cost 47,800 rupees after 8 years, like this. So you have to find out the inflation adjusted cost of each your investment. Then in the next column you have to find out the monthly investment required. So after 5 years you have to generate this much amount. So how much monthly investment required? For this you can take a help of SIP calculator. Lot of SIP calculators are available on the internet, or even you can use the sheet that is given in this workbook. So here SIP calculator sheet is available, you can make a use of it. So if you enter the things here, this is the future, this is the compounded annual growth rate. Here you can mention 6%, number of months and investment per month. So here you can find out the investment required for that achieving financial goals. So lot of calculators are available on the internet and you can make use of them. So complete the activity. You should at least write down 3 short term, 3 medium term and 2 long term goals, and this is the total monthly investment. The last column will give you your total monthly investment required for achieving your goal. So here you can get the amount. Remember, this amount should not be more than your monthly investment potential, so you can save it. The next tab is about NPS, National Pension System. Every day we are going to take retirement from our services. We are going to stop working. After that we need some money for our survival, and that money can be generated through pension. Now government jobs are becoming very rare and the private companies are not offering any pensions to their employees. So it's very important for us to generate the corpus that is sufficient or that can generate the required amount that will after our retirement or the time when we stop working. So that's why everybody should start planning for retirement corpus from the day 1 of their service. So here you have to write down about your retirement corpus that can be generated, as I told you, through NPS or EPF. So here in this tab you enter your monthly contribution, whatever the contribution you want to dedicate to NPS, means to generate your retirement corpus. If you multiply that by 12, you will get the annual contribution. Here you have to enter the investment option. If you go to NPS website, you will find the different NPS options are available. I also mentioned these options in my lecture on NPS. So here active or auto choice that you have to mention. Then your NPS funds are managed by different pension fund management companies. So there are various companies available in India. So here I have given the list. You can select that list using the drop down. Here you can see the drop down is available. Go to the NPS website. You can find out the returns offered by that particular pension fund manager in last few years. You can mention that return, or you can mention last year's return, maybe around 9%, 10%, and use the future value formula, and you can calculate the corpus that can be generated using your monthly contribution after maybe 30-35 years. So here you can enter the things about NPS. If you want to generate your corpus through Employees Provident Fund, you can mention here that Employees Provident Fund is your monthly contribution. You can write down as Employees Provident Fund, and you can complete the sheet. The next sheet is about the mutual fund investment. Now as you are new to the investments, so I would recommend that you start with the mutual fund investment. Here you should enter all the details about your mutual fund investment. In the first column you write about the scheme that you are going to select, then the next is the option of the scheme like IDCW or growth option. Then category of the fund, it could be large cap fund, mid cap fund, balance fund, thematic fund, small cap fund, then debt fund, bond fund, etc., etc. Monthly amount you are going to invest in that particular mutual fund, latest NAV of that mutual fund. So if you are completing the assignment by today, or if you are entering the values as on today, you have to write down the yesterday's NAV. So let's assume that you are completing this assignment of on 15th of September, then write down the NAV of 14th of September. Here the latest NAV you have to mention for that particular scheme. Then investment period, how long you want to continue to invest in that scheme, that you have to write here. And expected return. Now while writing the expected return, you please go to the websites like Value Research Online or moneycontrol.com. there you will find the returns offered by that particular mutual fund scheme for last few years. So let me give you one example. So let's take an example of Value Research Online. So let me open the, let's go to Value Research Online website. Here is the website. Once you go to this website, click on funds. Here you will find the different funds information. Go here, explore more fund in screener, and here you can apply different filters. So here 10 filters are already applied. So fund house, fund category, value research rating, etc., etc. There are a lot of filters available. So if I choose the fund category as let's say large cap, okay, large cap, then returns. So these are the large cap long term return, I would say. If I say 3, so this is ETF, 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 ETF. All these are fund category, large cap, yes. So you can find out these are the different mutual funds offering the returns over last 10 years, first year. See, quant focus, quant large cap fund, it has offered 15.25% of return over last 3 years. If you want to compare for 5 years or for even 10 years, the data is available. So Nippon large cap fund has offered 15.75% return over last 10 years, like quant focus fund. So you can select the funds like this. Again I am going to fund category. So if I want to select, let's say sectoral fund, okay, hybrid fund, I go to hybrid fund, I will say balanced fund. Okay, see here you will find the balanced fund. So balanced fund 10 years returns are like UTI retirement has offered 10.20% return over last 10 years. Thus you can select the fund and you can write down here. Remember one thing, do not put all your funds or do not put all your money in a single mutual fund scheme. You have to diversify your portfolio. So while selecting here, you have to select at least 5 mutual fund schemes. So by diversifying your investment over different type of funds, you are minimizing your risk. The fundamental principle of any investment is that don't put all your eggs in one basket. So avoid putting all your money in one mutual fund scheme. You may feel that this mutual fund scheme has offered fantastic returns, so let me put all my money in this scheme. So this is against the rule of investment, so don't do that. Select at least 5 mutual fund schemes and diversified means different mutual fund categories, not of single category. So in this way you can select the mutual fund schemes. Once you select the mutual fund schemes, let's go back to the practice sheet again. So here you have to write down the future value. So if your return percentage is 15.75, so how much money will be generated in 15.75 with 15.75% return in 5 years, that you have to write down here. Use future value formula in Excel. Then you have to write down the associated goal. See, you are making the investment to achieve some financial goal, so that goal you have to write down here. So let's say this mutual fund scheme money you are going to utilize for making a down payment of the car, so you can write down here buying a car, higher education like buying the house. So these things you can these goals you can mention here. Then here you have to write down about the fund risk. So here various categories of the fund risk is mentioned here. You can find out the riskometer for that particular mutual fund scheme, and you can enter the value of fund risk. Let's come back to the value research online mutual fund site. So if I click here, let's say let's take an example, a DSP large cap fund. Okay, so if you click on that fund, here you will find riskometer. So risk is very high, this particular. So if you are selecting this particular fund, then its riskometer, it says its risk is very high. So you can select that risk from in the Excel sheet, and here you can mention it's very high like this. So thus you can select 5 different mutual fund scheme from different categories, and you can complete this sheet. Once your mutual fund investment part is done, go to other investment. So the other investment are about the recurring deposits, then public provident fund, and the other investment. Suppose you want to invest in cryptocurrency, if you want to invest in bonds, you can. If you want to invest in equities, that you can mention here, but I would suggest you stick to mutual fund and bank recurring, EPF, PPF initially. Then after getting some years of experience, you can enter into these investment opportunities like equities and government bonds. Government bonds are also safe. You can start investing in government bond from day 1 onwards. So here recurring fund or recurring deposit is the best way to generate emergency fund. So here you can write down the bank where you want to open the recurring account, then monthly investment 2 years, interest rates, let's say SBI is offering 6.5% or 7% as interest rates currently. Then you can write down 7% here, and you can write down its future value. If you want to generate emergency fund, duration of 1 year is okay. If you want to so if you refer to my lecture on emergency funds, you will get all the things about emergency funds and how the bank recurring is the best way to create emergency fund. So that's all about the other investment. The last tab is about life insurance. So if you want to safeguard your investment against all odds, you have to select the insurance. Okay, so 3 types of insurance everybody must have. The first is life insurance, the second is health insurance, and third is general insurance. General insurance is optional, but life insurance and health insurance are must. So you can go to the websites like Policy Bazaar. There you will find different options for life insurance. So write down the insurance company name like LIC of India or HDFC life insurance. Then its plan, let's say if you are taking LIC, then Jeevan Amulya is a kind of term plan they are offering. You can write down the plan. Then sum assured should be minimum 1 crore, and yearly premium that you have to pay for 1 crore insurance, that you can write here. Then you have to write down the add-ons, how like critical illness, accident benefit, these add-ons you can write over here. Go to the Policy Bazaar and calculate the premium using the tools present over there. It is not required to mention your mobile number over there. You can write any mobile number and you will get the amount of premium that you have to pay. This is Policy Bazaar website. So here term insurance option is available. So if you click that, we have to write down here. So see here some details are available like ABC 112,000. You can mention your birth date. You can mention any phone number, and let's say I would choose female. View plans. Okay, so here you can see the plans. Okay, yearly premium. So if I choose ICICI Protect Small Plus scheme, ICICI Prudential is the insurance company, and I protect small plus for 1 crore till 60 age. I have to pay only 9,500 rupees per year. So as you become older and older, this premium amount will go on increasing for the same cover. So it's better to buy insurance on the first day of your service. So I would recommend that you should buy insurance on the first day of your job. So this premium you can mention in the site. Similarly, there are various options available for health insurance, for general insurance like health insurance is there. Then for car insurance is general insurance, two-wheeler insurance is the general insurance, and you can get the data for health insurance for self. Okay, so your age, maybe my age is 25 and so on. So I am based in Pune and etc. So you can calculate the premium using the Policy Bazaar website for health insurance also. So in this way you can calculate the premiums, and you can also get to know what are the different riders available with that particular insurance, and you can complete your Excel sheet. So this is the last sheet you have to complete. The next sheets are yearly cash flow. This is optional. So this if you complete this sheet, you will get to know your cash flow, means at what age or in what year how much cash you will get. Once you complete the assignment, I would recommend that you complete this sheet. Of course, this is not compulsory to complete this sheet. It's just for you. Then SIP calculator is also available over here in the same workbook. So all the best for your assignment. So this is how you need to complete your assignment step by step. So my appeal is to do it carefully. It will not only give you good marks but also help you to understand how to manage your money in real life. Remember, the goal is not only to earn money but also to make your money work for you. So all the best. I will follow the instruction given on the Google Classroom. Thank you.